Hey everybody, Rick here. Let's do an update. We have a lot of changes that went on. Well, not changes, but finish some projects anyway. So let's go do an update on the veggies before we get to the other stuff here. My comfrey, I went ahead and cut that on back. So I put it all up in my compost bin. And look like it's starting to come back already. I cut it day before yesterday, so we'll see what happens here. I've never cut it back this extreme, so we'll see. My red cabbage, it is starting to get some size on it now, so we'll see what happens here. My celery, still not sure how that's all going to work out, but I'm gonna leave it in there. So I need to come in and get some of these weeds that's starting to show up. Carrots are looking great. So I have 3 rows of them here. I need to come and thin those out as well. Turnips, they are getting massive. So 2 rows here, and they'll probably be ready in about 3 or 4 weeks. Kohlrabi, it's starting to get pretty pronounced as well. So first time growing it, so we'll see what happens here. Flat Egypt beets, doing what beets do, so I need to thin those out on the back side there, but they're looking really great. My Alsa Craig onions, so I know they're going to take a long time, but I'm glad to see second stems are starting to redevelop now. So where like right here, that was a second stem, but something happened when I transplanted it and it started to die. But we're starting to get a second one on most of them now as well. So good to go here. Zucchini is looking really good. So we haven't got any decent super warm weather yet, but it's not enough to kill them yet either. So I think we might be good to go on that there. Over here, my cucumbers, the Boston pickling, they're doing okay. And the Ancash, they finally came up. So it's a full row of them here. And then I just planted this morning some Clemson spineless okra on this little 5-foot section, and then some red burgundy okra on this section over here. So we'll see what happens there. My cauliflower is doing okay. So I'm starting to put a little bit of size on as well. Let's see here. Peppers. I have pimento. So I topped them off, and I'll show you how they're looking here in a minute. Stevia, poblanos. That's sage. It just comes back every year. And this is where I topped them off last time. You're starting to see the new shoots starting to come out of them again, and I'm going to top them one more time, and that should make them really bushy. So this here is Gypsy, Giant Marconi, Avarsky, and Anaheims. So peppers are looking really great. My potatoes, we have sprouts. So it's time to actually hill them on up. So I got my wheelbarrow of compost and peat moss mix in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these on in. So German butterballs, Yukon Golds came up first, and they're doing really good. So these 2 are Yukon Golds. And then the blue seed potatoes, they're also coming up really well also. So I went ahead and healed them up in these bins over there already. So we'll see how long they take to come on back. Don't have anything in this yet. Not sure what I want to put in it, but I may end up moving some moringas. Let's see, what else do I have in the house? Moringas. There's a surprise that's going in this bed, and I'll talk about that. I need for it to warm up just a bit more before I bring those out. See, I have some other stuff I can't even remember. So, let's do the herbs. So a lot of weeds up in here, but I'll get to these. I need to figure out what is what first. Tarragon is looking good. The marjoram, not so good. So there's a lot of straggler stuff up in here. This looks like chamomile. I think these are some weeds. Actually, I know those are weeds. And then my marjoram, just this little piece back here in the corner. So we'll work it out. Mugwort and weeds. Mugwort is gonna do fine. I don't really have to do much anything with it. Wild dagger is doing really good. So this first year growing it as well. So we'll see what happens here. Toothache plant is starting to liven back up now. So I think I got a squirrel or something gnawing on this. But I'm getting some new sprouts coming back in there. And some more weeds, I believe. Chamomile is doing really good. Let's see here. Fenugreek is just taking off. That stuff is just, it's all over the place now. So I'll figure out how to harvest that. And then my rue. Rue isn't doing too well either. So it's this plant right here. I have 4 of them. And then some more weeds, I believe. So these are my healed potatoes right here. So I just top them on back off again. These 3 right here are blue seed potatoes, and these last 2, German butterball, and then a big tub German butterball there. So, okay, let's go here. The asparagus beans, they're up, and they're making a move. What is that? Oh, that's a leaf. Oh, how about that? So, yep, they are up, and they should be in full force coming up here soon. Let me see here. Extra tomatoes, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with just yet, but I'm gonna save them because we'll get to the tomatoes in just a moment. These are Japanese long cucumbers, and they are looking absolutely amazing. So looking forward to getting this trellis full. My new tunnel trellis that I took down from the chuck wagon trellis. So both sides are looking really good right now. My blueberries, still too early to tell. As far as these are first year bushes, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. My ghost pepper, again, just ornamental, too hot for me. And extra 2 Northland blueberries in there as well. Turmeric still not doing anything. So I'm gonna end up probably pulling the ones out of this bed and transplanting the ones that have actually sprouted up. My strawberries, they're doing okay. So still a little early to get some serious blooms from the Ozark Beauties, but the Eevees are doing, well, they're killing it. So actually I got a little bit of strawberry right there. So, and it's a few of them all over this thing here. So I may just grow Eevees next year, I don't know. Okay, my tomatoes, they went into the ground. So I hope I'm not too early, but it was getting too difficult to manage in my little bitty greenhouse that is now sitting over there. Is $20 and is exactly what I, you get what you pay for. The wind gust and blew that joker apart. So I'm actually glue it together and see how we work on there. But my tomatoes are out. They are roughly 2 feet, 2 feet high. So what I did was laid them over, and they are reaching almost to the middle of the bed. And I had them turn up on the end there. But these are Creole Originals here. These are doing really well. So this is a new one, and it's a really strong root going on with these. So excited about these. My yellow fires aren't doing extremely well. So what I have to do is get my wire up on my trellis up here, and I'm going to be stringing everything up. I just haven't gotten that installed yet though. But so this one I thought was dead. It looked like it's trying to come back, and this one, it's fine. It's just needs to be stood up. And this is actually my smallest one's probably doing the best. These here are black vernissage, and they're doing good too. So they're I have no idea. These are all brand new tomatoes for me, so I don't know what to expect on any of them, but they're doing well. Just need to get them strung up. And my Chadwick cherries, I'm not sure. These were actually the longest. These was actually pushing almost 3 feet, and yeah, I had a difficult time getting these out of the greenhouse. So what I did was carefully got them out, but I took off a lot of the bottom leaves as I was doing it. So it's still alive, and this one is doing good as well. This one, I don't know how it's actually still alive. It's still green, but there's a break right here. So I have a little sucker that's coming in right there. And what I'm gonna do is let that sucker grow, and I'll probably let it be the lead. And the same with this one here. This one broke at the top, but I got 3 suckers coming in, so they should work out just fine. And we'll see how these go for all brand new tomatoes. So don't know what to expect with them, as I'm used to growing the beefsteaks and those varieties there. So we'll see, and hopefully it's not out too early. It was in the 40s this morning, so, but we'll see. So it's supposed to be in the high 60s today. My brassica bed. Okay, we got a lot of stuff going on here. My spinach is, it's growing like crazy. So, it's doing super well. This is the second planting of French breakfast radish. And the first one's actually ready to pick. So I'm gonna come out after I get done with this video, harvest this, and then replant some more. But look at these. Doesn't that look amazing? So I've been snacking on them when I come out sometime, get a 2 or 3, take them up, wash them up, and eat them just raw, just like that. They're great. So typically I want to harvest the greens as well, but I'm just going to throw these first batch in the compost bin, and we'll probably use the second, third. So I'm gonna plant them as long as they'll grow, and that's what this middle row is going to be for on both sides. So the spinach, it will probably start coming over, but I'll start harvesting it by then. And then the collard greens, they're actually going to go straight up, and then they'll get big leaves, and I'll start harvesting it as well. So, and then I'm probably going to I'm going to put my row cover on here as well. Coming up soon. Perpetual spinach it's wow. So that's actually a great time to start picking at the young tender leaves. And the black seeded Simpson lettuce, it's actually ready, so I'm probably going to harvest that as well. My son loves this stuff, so he'll get some ranch dressing and just this, and he will tear it up. So it's doing really well. The broccoli, it's starting to get some size on it as well. This is I forget the variety. I think it was Waltham. It's something that I had got from Baker Creek. So it's 6.5 of them. So I got this little runt here, so it's struggling. But yeah, they were all planted at the same time, so I may actually have to just go get a transplant and put it there if it doesn't do anything. But the broccoli's doing well. And the mustard greens. Mustard greens are going to get huge. So that's why I haven't put anything here in the middle. But I may actually put some more radish here in the middle until these get big enough where they start crowding them out. But my brassica bed is looking just absolutely amazing. I'm loving this one. So over here I got everything set up for my purple hull peas. Don't have them in the ground yet. And Mr. Nino Brown, he's moving around on me. So we'll do the purple hull peas here soon. And my cucamelons are gonna go in here now. So last video I said I was gonna put it over there, but I changed my mind again. As I had this extra cattle panel, and I don't want to just leave it laying around, so I built a longer trellis, and I'm going to put my cucamelons in here. And these actually look like volunteers already. Go figure. So I haven't planted it yet. The Japanese popcorn, it's doing really good. So the stuff's up, and uh-oh, somebody's in trouble. So we'll get that all watered and everything. And then my amaranth, I'm going to be planting 2 kinds of amaranth. The Callaloo amaranth is going on the front side of the bed, and then I have a amaranth called Skauduins, Skauduins, Duen. Now, this is something that I picked up from Baker Creek last year, and I planted it and didn't any of it sprout. So I thought they were just dud seeds. So what I did was I just threw some in a little planter and put it in my grow room, watered it, and didn't really pay much attention to it. And I went back about 4 days ago and saw that every last one of them had sprouted. And I was actually amazed. So I had no idea why it didn't take last year. But so I'm going to be planting those out on the back side of this bed, and we'll go with it from there. So we'll see. And my mason bees, it's not looking too jiffy just yet. So everything has hatched out of there and nothing has returned. So I have a big mud spot over there by the tree. I might need to move it over here, but I haven't seen anything return. And also I don't have any blooms of anything, so that may actually be the reason. There's nothing for them to get pollen off of. The apple tree was full of blooms for a while, and I had some honeybees that came out, but I haven't seen anything as of late. So I may try to leaf cutter bees, but always glad to populate with more bees anyway. So, and then there's my lone comfrey. So I'm gonna do something different with it as well. Okay, the big thing, my irrigation system is 99% done. I still need to run it off this bed, and that's why I have this long irrigation tube stretched out, because I'm gonna run it on the back side of this bed. But I have it ran on 4 zones, and it is it's set to go off at 6:30 in the morning, and then 5 minutes for each bed, except 10 minutes for this one, because this went in drip irrigation. This one's the actual sprayers. But I have it all set up under here. So this is a Melnor 4-station automatic timer. I just bought an old $5 tote, cut the bottom out, cut some holes in the side, and wired it, the PVC into a lead hose, which tied into that. And then I installed a drip irrigation on my beds here. So not the most cosmetic, but it works really good. So let me turn the manual on and we'll show you. So we get a nice slow soaking here. So I got the drip emitters, and I have some of the spray tubes, and they're just kind of spread out in various areas to make sure they hit every part of the bed there. So pretty happy about this. And I got up this morning to watch everything go off the way it should, and it all worked great. So this bed here, so this one's set as a spray, and that way it covers everything in the middle, so I don't have to run any drip tubes to my potatoes, because this actually, it gets the job done with the shrub sprayer here. And then I got to stay out of the way because it's reaching way past the bed. And then I bought a pop-up sprinkler right here. So, and it does a really good job as far as getting everything covered on the full side of the bed. So I thought I needed to put a third one here, but it's not necessary. So let it water for 10 minutes, and it gets a deep soaking in, and everything should be pretty happy at that point. So let me turn this off. Yeah, the Melnor Aqua Timer. It's really easy to set up. I picked it up for $50 off Amazon. I just have my regular water hose coming into it. What I wanted to do is dig some PVC, so I don't have to detach it every time I cut the backyard. But actually I just have a quick connect. That's a quick connect, so I can just pull it out and drag the hose out of the way. So about a minute job to do there. So all right, let me cover this on back up. Put my cinder block back on top of it. All right, guys, that is the garden. So a lot of stuff have been completed. I need to get my peas and my amaranth and cucamelons in, and then get the surprise in this bed, something that we just don't grow up here in Kansas. And I think that is about, no, you know what, let's go to the side of the house. So I've been getting some questions on some other herbs that I grow. So I don't pay much attention. Say hi, Sir Dudley. I don't pay much attention to these because all this stuff always comes back on its own. So as I was walking out my gate, my phone was full. So longer video than I thought. So anyway, let's go ahead and knock this on out here. This is comfrey. Some extra that I had received from Old Alabama Gardener. So I put this on the side of the house here, and it's turning out really good. I trimmed that one back there. Reason I'm not growing yarrow in my beds anymore is because I put some on the side of the house here, and it is really taking off. So it's got the little white flowers and everything on it already. That's actually ready to harvest. This here is catnip. So I had a question to ask if I grew it, and yes, this is it here. And then over here, I have lemon catnip. So I had one in the back here, but I have a little overhang right here, and it doesn't get the water that it needs, so it died. But I do have a little piece left right there. And in the front here, that is bee balm. I haven't done anything with it, so we'll see here in the future. I've got one that actually decided to make its way outside the bed. And then here I have lemon balm. So that actually is invasive like mint also. So, and it comes back by itself year after year. And it being right here by the water hose, I know it gets plenty of water since I water my flowers up front here. And here is my mint patch. This started about 5 years ago with 4 mint plants, and it has just taken over. So there's spearmint, peppermint, a chocolate mint, and something else in there. So I get so much mint. I normally just cut this stuff back, and it comes right back. So I'll harvest it fresh when I want some like mint tea or something like that. But I dehydrated so much of it that I have a full mason jar full of it. So, and it's all good to go there. Over here, this is my bed of random. So I just kind of throw extra stuff in here on occasion, but it's actually full now. So I got some flowers back here. These are peonies that I received, or that I picked up from where we do our master gardener, the community garden out there. Some hostas and some, I don't know what those are up there. And then here, I need to come out and do some weeding. Grass seed is really starting to take off. I have globe basil sitting right here. I have arugula, which is actually up now, and that grows really quick. And I have cilantro here, and I don't see that up just yet either. And over here I have peppers. So these are the ones I like to come and just snack on. These are lunchbox orange. I have 3 of them there. And I have bell peppers on the back. I have an Islander bell. That's a purple pepper. This is an orange one, and that's a red pepper there. And then I had an extra Anaheim, so I brought it up here. And then something called Carmen, which I don't know what to expect from that. So we'll see there. In this tub there, that's turmeric. So that's one of them that has actually came up. There's a second one starting to show right there. And then I have some more on well, they're outside here now, but they're next to my surprise, so I'm not going to show it. And then here's my flower bed. Still a lot of work to do in it. Everything is planted here. These are argyratums and I forgot just that quick. Alyssum. So I have those there, and we'll give those a chance to bloom. Now I'm going to run a irrigation system here as well. And then in these flats I have the dianthus and some lobelias. And those are some extra argyratums right there as well. Then I have a big elephant ear in my planter that I made from some pallets. So that is that. So we shall, we'll touch base back here in future videos, kind of show you the peppers and things like that. But all right, guys, that's the end of this video. So, so I emptied my last video off onto my computer and got sidetracked. So this one's coming a few hours later, but it's done. So, all right, we'll see you next time. Bye.